Hello, everyone. This is the December 2nd, 2021 edition of the ContribEx GitHub Administration Subproject meeting. This meeting is being recorded, will be placed on YouTube, and we follow the CNCF Code of Conduct. Please be excellent to each other. This might be a pretty quick meeting. We ended up having to postpone from last week as a number of folks were out of the office. But we'll quickly run through what we have. Bob, you're first up with ECCLA.
Yeah, the TLDR is we broke it. We broke it multiple times now. So running it in this sort of dry run mode, non-blocking mode has been good. At this point, I would not suggest migrating over to it till sometime next year. Especially like there's I can drop a link to the feedback form, but there's like things where commits even from the same author in the same PR, only some of them are being recognized by ECCLA.
Speaking about the ECCLA issues.
Yep. I was just saying
here.
Yeah, like I don't think we're going to migrate by end of year. Like there's just been too many issues with it. And I am not comfortable migrating over to it.
Totally makes sense. I'm following the thread on GitHub where people are like raising the issues publicly. So yeah, like I completely agree with you here. We are in touch with the LFX team internally on this one, and like Amy specifically is trying to solve this the communication issue here. But for now, like wearing the community hat, like I completely agree that we should not migrate by the end of the year.
I still suggest we keep it running in dry run mode like this, or not dry run, but like non-blocking mode, because it's just surfacing more issues that it's better to take care of now before it becomes blocking.
Is it worth redoing a sync at some point just so that it gets out of the way of current contributors? Like the only thought process as far as the like keeping it on in a dry run mode is it potentially creating confusion for especially newer contributors, ones who will go through the current CLA process, sign it, but then EasyCLA will still be complaining even though we know it's supposed to be complaining.
So they are syncing it. They're syncing it. So like I forget when the last sync was, but they are doing them something like weekly or something like that. So it is capturing people.
Awesome.
And it's just that, yeah, the biggest thing would be new contributors will be potentially confused by it. I think the confusion is still worth it, especially as anyone that's going to be reviewing the PRs will be able to should be able to comment on it, or if they're having a problem or whatever. But yeah, I think surfacing these problems now is better. And the last thing we need is blocking people like the next code freeze or something like that because of something stupid.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those situations where there is no non-prod environment as far as the number of contributors that we have. We've done all the kind of non-prod testing that we can. We kind of have to test in production here, but at least we're seeing and surfacing those errors up. And the one other question that I'd have is is the LFX team, are they responsive as we've been raising issues and that kind of stuff, even if they're taking time to work through them?
They've been keeping track of them in a separate spreadsheet. So each person that posts in the one open issue that we have, they basically will look at it. There's a couple of cases that I actually think people who have a CLA sign in the old system still have it tied to their old employer or something like that, and they haven't actually updated it themselves.
Right.
So I think like some of the issues are legitimate that are being surfaced, but most of them are not. Yeah, they are being fairly responsive, and we'll just kind of see what happens.
Great. Any last questions or comments on Easy CLA?
And let me know, please, if like any action required specifically regarding the interaction with the LFX team. I believe like you are all set, so you have like the direct channel of communication. But if you need any assistance, let me know.
Thanks, Ihor.
Okay, great. I'm sorry, is it Deba? I think you have the next item on the agenda.
Yeah. I have this. So this is regarding a new repo that is going to be created, but yeah, the repo part is taken care of. But what I have question is about there needs to be a Katacoda integration. So as I questioned about it, and you answered that like the GitHub like management team will take care of the integration. So like if we have to change anything in the Katacoda side, the author profile side in future, so whom do we go to? Like if we reach out to GitHub team, like GitHub management team in future for any changes in the author profile, that is like, we have to make a Kubernetes author profile in Katacoda itself for this integration to work. So who will be taking care of that?
So the Katacoda author profile, I'm going to switch hats a couple times here. So on the just the regular ContribEx side, talking about this particular thing, the Katacoda author profile side, I don't think we've fully figured out how to do that. I think this is going to be part of the mentoring Subproject, and
Yes.
Josh is going to sponsor this as like a Subproject owner. So this might end up being like I might talk to Josh and see if Josh will like own the author profile side of the Katacoda, but then the actual like GitHub link between the author profile and the repo, yeah, that's handled by the GitHub management Subproject, us, and then we'll handle the webhooks and that kind of stuff to configure it. So like the author profile, like what my understanding looking at the documentation is like you go create the author profile, and then once you create the author profile, you get a webhook secret from that author profile.
Yeah.
And then on the GitHub side, you configure the webhook with like, okay, so here's the payload, the payload URL going to the Katacoda itself, and then you take the secret is basically passed to the GitHub management team. We put it in GitHub, and then the webhook is good to go.
Yeah, cool. Just I had this doubt about the author page management. Yeah, got it. So I'll talk to Josh about it in the mentoring subproject. Yeah,
that'd be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's it.
Sounds great. Any other questions or comments on the questions around the Katacoda scenarios repo? Okay. So that takes us to the end of the currently marked agenda. Is there anything else anyone wants to bring up? Open the floor. Okay, so the one other bit of housekeeping stuff that I'll bring up is our next regularly scheduled subproject meeting would be on December 23rd. I think a lot of people are going to be out of office already for the December holiday season. Does anybody have any objections to us canceling that meeting and reconvening in January?
+1 to this proposal to meet in January.
+1 to cancel.
And actually, I don't think that we'll have any like major agenda items, even if we'll keep the meeting on an actual schedule. So yeah, let's enjoy the holidays.
If there is anything out of bound, we could talk about it either in the GitHub management channel on Slack or on the mailing list, and bring up anything like async that we need to deal with there. But okay, so not hearing any objections, I will go ahead and cancel that meeting for the 23rd of December. Unless there's anything else, that's it for today. Great. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Thursday.
Later.
Oh.